What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, cloud swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys are feeling good. Hope you guys are ready to go. We got a brand new week, but even better, uh, Joe's in Croatia. Ooh, now that I was gonna. That is better than what I was gonna say. I wish we could all just trade from. That's wild. Good for you. Enjoy that trip. But we got AJ in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Albert. Good morning to Amy, Andrew, Carolyn. Good morning to Chad, Emily, Frank, Jeff, Joe. John is in the house. Good morning to you. Keith, good morning. We got Kevin, Lauren, Lydia, Michael. Good morning to you. We got Tim in the house. M Sky out in YouTube land. Oh, my Larkers in YouTube land. They're just probably not gonna say nothing all day. It's okay. I still love you. Hit that like and subscribe button. Jeff from Atlanta. Good morning. Everyone is shouting out their geographical locations today. I like it. Atlanta is they yeah, oftentimes Atlanta gets confused for Croatia, so it's very similar place. Incredible. Spy. Yeah, we saw the market manipulation a little bit 2 Fridays ago where they were just trying to push this thing to a close under 590. That came back in on we talked about 600 just being a crucial level for the market. It's very difficult to close above it. So what did the market makers do? Yeah, but well, bulls didn't go anywhere. We still closed green. It was still a gap and go, but the market makers just would not allow the 600 to to close at 600 or above. However, brand new week, brand new contracts, and we can get that close above it. It looks good right now so far. Still a good close, just not going to get through that psychological hold number. Now I think we can. I think we could do it. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Considering it's an inside day, let's see if there's a little pullback. Look for 599.40 as some type of support. After that, the next spot I think I have is somewhere around. We got $600.25. That's the next level. We've been there. I think we can get through that. We got $600.91. That is the peak of Friday. I think we can get through that. And then 601.29. I'm giving like micro levels that probably don't mean much, but it is there. So 601.29 will be the next one. After that, I think it is a little bit more important of a level. 603.37 all the way up to like 604.70. So I'm still looking at this going. It's higher. I think we are starting to get a little bit of messing around in the markets, but it's okay. That's how it works. Not every day can be an absolutely huge monster day, although for traders we would prefer it that way. Qs, uh, okay, close. Came in, you hit Thursday's support perfectly. You got the bounce. We did close above that highest VPOC, which was at Thursday, so somewhere around 529.52. Chilling for right now. I think you're up slightly, so yeah, up a few pennies on Qs. I think that one could get a little bit of momentum in this one. Uh, Probably. I like when this AI assistant that Michael has. He talks to me sometimes. Not Michael, just the AI. You'll be able to screenshot moments, add highlights. Yeah, okay. All right. Next target for me, and we've been here before too. We got 532.77 is the next target. And then after that, we got 536.09. I think that is a much bigger, much more important target. The other ones we've been to before. I think we get through it. We have a little bit of slight element of bullishness in the market for today at open. So Qs, I don't know. Maybe no real pullback on that one, but yeah, I'd be looking for higher BTC USD. Sabine, good morning. Daniel, good morning. Me, good morning to you as well. Bitcoin is good final breakout. It kind of needed that one. Kind of needed that one. Big resistance on this one, 107.541. We've broken through that. The next resistance that takes us a little bit higher, we got 108.324. But otherwise, really good start to to crypto, to Bitcoin specifically, but really good. We had a potential major breakdown and we survived. So that's all good. Some volume came in on that breakdown. Nothing too crazy, but a little extra volume. So the fact that we are getting closes above it, even in the last 2 days, those candles are closed. This one's obviously still open, so we'll see how this one closes. As long as today is not some kind of inverted hammer or something like that, Bitcoin does look pretty good. All right, you guys got a ton of tickers in here today. I like it. Tim from Lee, Florida. Okay, yeah, I got a t-shirt souvenir from there, I think. I don't know. Maybe I got the place confused. I think so though. We got Rocket Labs. Nice little move on RKLB. Let's add this one to the list. Let's get this one pretty high on the list as well. It is a retest gap from Friday. However, we are starting to take out some pretty key levels. The close on Friday, yeah, I like that one too. Let me get this one a little higher on the list. I don't know if it's going to be the best gap in the world. We do have some resistance ahead of us, but the fact we're taking out more or less this candle, uh, the candle before that one actually had even more volume to it, and that one we're still inside. If I'm looking for targets, maybe up to like $30.84. So we might be a little limited on how high we could go, and it is a pretty big retest. I would see if we could get some kind of a like if this one comes back to 28.96. I think I'd be okay trying this one. It looks like bulls are trying to step in. If this one magically opens somewhere above $30.80, I think this one just takes off. But for right now, slightly below it, the highest volume candle is this one from May 28th. And I like the fact that we're above the open on that one, but it might not be enough risk reward on this one for me to take it right at open. So if we get some kind of a pullback, I think I'd be interested in that one. MSTR. Somebody's car alarm is going off. That's nice. MSTR looks like it is a gap and go for today. We did see Bitcoin was starting to move a little bit. That should benefit MSTR. First resistance that we got to watch for is 384.08. The next one up is a pretty big one, 388.65. That would still give us about $6 to the higher side. If we get through some of that, your next target is probably about 394. That would be a really nice target, risk to reward wise. Even though gap and go into a resistance, though, I'd see if I can get a little bit of a pullback on this one. And unfortunately, I probably need like 376.46 to really have really good risk reward. So a little bit of I think a little bit of chop in this one. The only thing that might be able to get us through that resistance is if Bitcoin does start breaking through some crazy key levels for today. Hood, a little disappointing. A little bit of disappointment. Bank of America last week had a list creating all sorts of excitement in the market. Which companies S&P is going to add some, and they did. It was just some smaller companies to the micro levels, not the main S&P. And there was some rumors because everybody was excited to see which companies they all had their list. And Friday 5:15, the S&P website got overloaded. Nobody knew which companies it was getting added. Then I think somebody threw out in the internet sphere that it was Hood. Hood ran up to I think $80 and yeah, $80.84. And then it turns out no companies were added. So this one, I don't know if it's a good short for today. I'd probably be leaning short. Bitcoin is kind of breaking out a little bit, so that might actually hold it up a little bit more. But watch for some key support somewhere right around, I think 72.31. If that breaks, then I think you have a really good short. Then I think you have a good move to 67.80. Hood could still be added. We could still see rumors of companies that might get added sometime in the next probably few weeks. But the one they were looking for it on Friday, and no company got added. So every single one on the list, I think AppLovin is another one down quite a little bit today as well, just on some like just deflated hopes, I guess. But see if this one clears. You are opening at a little bit of support. However, gap can go from Friday. I think I'd rather go short on this one rather than long for today. And if Bitcoin starts pulling back, that would help this short out a lot. But the challenge to this short is Bitcoin looks good. Otherwise, looks decent. Wendy says Tesla got a downgrade to hold. A little bit of a downgrade. I think some tensions between Trump and Elon cooled down a little bit, but they did get a downgrade to hold. I think based on some forecasts that maybe, and this is I don't think a surprise to many people, but maybe it's going to take us a little bit longer to get some of the robots. And I think we also had the uh, technology officer step down from Tesla who was running the robot portion of things too. So I don't think that helps. But yeah, a little bit of a gap down. I think you still have the weakness that came in, obviously, off the backs of this big monster day that we had on Thursday from the Twitter fights. But for right now, a little bit of gap down to the lower side. Look for about 287.48 as some support. If that one breaks down, then I think we go much lower, but at least to 275.26, and I think that probably at this point breaks. And then I think we see prints around the 254.90 zone at minimum. But very close to that support. I don't think I'd be going short quite at open. It's also a retest gap from Friday as well. So maybe this thing could get bid up if you're going to try to go short. You probably have a better opportunity somewhere around $300.38 or wait for that support to break and then kind of jump in for the momentum to the downside, I think would be the best play. So we'll have this one a little bit higher on the list. We'll see where this one wants to land at. But for now, I think I'm doing nothing at open. Probably prefer bullish at open on this one just because we're so close. I'd really like maybe a high wave candle, and even with that high wave candle, I don't know if I want to play it bullish today. I just don't think we have a story on it. Not a positive story. Rather, this thing kind of run up and then maybe a little bit later in the day we look for some type of short. PEP, PEP. Uh, it's struggling, but we are holding a decent support over the last few days. Huh. If the stock market does good, yeah, I would expect any safety play, which Pepsi would be considerably a safe play, a dividend type stock. You don't really expect too much to happen. You are at just a longer term support, so we'll see if this one wants to hold. Huh. A lot of moving averages going to push this thing down. Uh, my guess would be if I had to take a stab at this one, would be short. But there's a lot of chop in there for the short side of things with your final support to like 128.90. So if you start breaking 128.90, I think you're good to go. Right now, I think you're not bullish. Bears definitely in control on Pepsi. However, really good support. So I think Pepsi probably is a little bit to the chop side of things. Chop to slight lean to the bear camp. Wing. Wing is incredible push. What date was this one? April 21st. So from April 21st, the low of the move was somewhere around 205.06, and then we got bought right up to like 376.89. Quite the little month for Wingstop. I've had Wingstop. I like their wings. I don't think I like their pricing of their stock here. I feel like I'm not gonna get a good deal. Huh. Most restaurants too, and I know it's Wingstop. I don't think you could actually eat at Wingstop. I think it's just more takeout. Pretty decent business model actually. But yeah, I don't know if this is justified. We are rampaging, still above decent support, so you're gonna want to see somewhere around 371, 73 hold. Your biggest spot you want to see hold on this one is 362.28. And then you got resistance up to somewhere in the 381.19 zone. But I'm paying a lot more than I could have paid about a month ago for this stock. I don't like that, and we're getting into some resistance. It's not ready to go short. Bulls have all the momentum in the world right now. It probably goes higher from here. I don't know. I don't think I don't think I've ever day traded this one. I think I had a swing once on it. Not ready to be shorted yet. But I think one to put on the watch list for an eventual short. But yeah, all restaurants kind of struggling a little bit. Some of them had some decent pops, but Wingstop looks like it's just absolutely winging it. Huh? Yeah. See what I did there? No, forget it. Okay, don't worry. It's all right. Some of you guys in like 5 minutes, you guys are like, oh, I see what he did. It's okay. All right, we got Amazon is looking really interesting. It looked really interesting on Friday when I tried to trade it. It took forever to make like an eventual 20 cents after almost being stopped out. We do have a retest gap, so probably I don't want to go bullish at open. Let's see if we get some kind of a pullback first. 213.01 would be in a very, very interesting spot. Otherwise, targets for today probably somewhere in the 216.80 zone, and we almost hit the target for just had to hold it over the weekend. Hmm. But yeah, I would actually look for a high wave candle on this one if we could get something. Give me some kind of a pullback, specifically to this 213 mark. If we could get that, that would be an interesting spot to buy. But I'll also go high wave candle. Give me some kind of profit taken on this move, and then we'll see if we go higher on this one. Amazon was following SPY pretty closely on Friday as well. And SPY really didn't move. If the SPY could move today and we go bullish, that should help Amazon a lot. But interesting. We got Nike, NKE. Nike looks okay. Looks okay. We've been here before. We got rejected by the Bears once before, twice before, actually. But today's the third time. It is a retest gap. If this one could pull back a little bit, then I think we could take a stab somewhere around 62.78. So we'll see if that one maybe gives us a high wave candle. Looks like a very interesting gap. But really until we start closing above 63.44, then I think our next target gets us up to like 64.66. However, that looks interesting if we get a pullback. Maybe even as a swing trade. The only problem with that is you got your 100 coming in soon, but looks like it wants to try to start to move a little bit. PayPal, same thing. Retest gap. It looks like a pretty decent looking gap. Next target on PayPal is about $74.04, which means we only have about 19 cents until we hit the resistance. If we think we could break through it, and I think eventually we will, but that would take us to about $75.29. However, retest gap. Let's see if we get the retest on this one. 73.61. So I'm gonna be watching PayPal today. It looks very intriguing. I don't know how big of a resistance that 74.11 zone, something like that is, but give me a high wave candle on that one. Maybe a small little pullback. I think would be decent. Qubit, yep. Quantum computing looks pretty good, like it wants to go higher. Next little resistance on this one, $15 and $15.31, and then I think you're looking for like 16.70. Really good gap. It is a retest gap, so again, let's check the morning momentum on this one. If it just opens and flies and we just can't get a position on it. But if we can get some kind of a pullback or retest, then we can look for some kind of candle, which will look decent. And momentum is in the quantum names right now. I kind of like that one. I'm gonna watch that one closely too. UAL. And again, a dollar move on $13, $14 stock is really good. Another wow, a lot of gaps today. A lot of them look very, very similar. Nice close on UAL. I think this one probably goes higher from here. If you're in it for a swing, great. If you're looking to get in, maybe a pullback into like this 83.08 zone would be decent. You got your resistance, 86.42. A lot of gaps look like this, but that is a picture perfect inverted head and shoulders as well. So I think buying the dip on UAL would do some positivity for your accounts. That looks decent. Good structure. Fantastic close on Friday. You're gonna have some resistance on the way up. So again, first or next spot, I guess, somewhere around the 86.58. Probably a bigger one, 89.25. Yeah, I'd go bullish on those. That one actually close to, or if not my favorite, BYRN. This one just might be a little too high. Yeah, I was. It's either we're pulling into a double top or even from back in September 2021, we are above that little pivot. We got a bunch of newer pivots we're taking out, and then you just got your next resistance at 33.66. Maybe momentum continues on this one. It looks like it wants to, but for today, it's not opening in the best place. We are going to have to battle through probably about $32.38. That would be the break above Friday's high. Fantastic volume though. So watch. I don't have a spot even where I like a pullback on this one. Maybe it'll come into like $30.76. That's also about halfway through yesterday's or Friday's candle. That might be my first spot to start to look. I think the better play here for me would be let's see if we could get above 32.38 and then look for a play, knowing that we could get held up into some resistance all the way to 34.14. But that is a lot of volume on that candle. Bulls fully in control on this one. Uh, but I think I need it to show me it can push. Otherwise, a good move like that with that much volume, it's probably for today, at least for day trading, uh, maybe a little bit more choppy than we might want it to be. Swing trade is a little too high up there for me, unless we got a more serious looking pullback or a couple days of consolidation. The vids going higher on the list as well. I'm loving the open. If that's where it opens, if we don't get any shockers in the next 6 minutes. Targets, you have a little bit of a resistance. I don't think that's going to be too important. No, I don't think it will be. 144.21. It's kind of the next little bit of resistance, and I think we take that out. And then our next target, I think, takes us to about 146.30. I like Nvidia for the bullish pop. Let's also check out AMD. I see you guys are requesting that one as well. Uh, MT looks really good too, especially if we get like a little bit of a higher open than where we're sitting. So give me like a, I don't know, 119 print. You have that 200 EMA right there in your face. That's somewhere right around 119.95. That might be a little bit more choppy until we get a close above it. Other than that, really good gap. It's a gap and go from Friday. It's a gap and go from Thursday. I think we are opening in a very interesting. Yeah, we're slightly higher than that resistance from Wednesday. The only thing staring us down on this one is this 200 EMA. As you see back here, what day is this one? This is May 14th. We've broken it. We've pierced the 200, and then nothing held, and kind of went through a decent looking pullback first. So maybe today's the day. Maybe today's the day we can close above this 200, and that I think sets us up really nice for a probable decent even swing trade on this one. But I think that we could go a little harder on the day trades. I'd have to rate Nvidia a little bit higher of a gap than AMD, but I do like this gap on AMD quite a lot. So let's put this one up there too, and just however this one wants to open, however Nvidia, but I'd be leaning bullish on both. Uh oh, MTSR. Oh, yeah, that wild. Yeah, that looks decent. Beautiful looking gap. What's the news on this one? Earnings didn't really go so well, but we don't really seem to care. Meet the new group of weight loss drugs. The industry is betting big. They got the Barron's pump. Yeah, I'm gonna get this one fairly. I don't know if I'm gonna trade this one. I got no targets to the higher side, but yeah, I don't know. That I would like a pullback. I'm not even sure where I want that pullback to. Give me a high wave candle and I will play this momentum. And we'll just see where it goes. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to wimp out and probably just take a 1.2. I think because I don't know where else this thing can go, but really good gap. You are opening at all-time highs. Very difficult to play unless you get some opening candles, maybe even a 15-minute candle if this thing doesn't just bell rings and this thing just goes crazy. So we'll see. Very, very interesting. Worst case, we'll look at it. SMCI, is that one moving too? So AMD and Nvidia both look good. And I would stick with Nvidia or AMD for day trade for today. This one, at least it is opening above the 200. We've been there a few times. If we could gravitate past 42.36, we might have some more room to the higher side, but I think you're still just a little bit choppy in this one. A longer term perspective, if you're in it for a swing trade, it looks decent. It looks like we're just trading sideways. Day trade, I'd probably stick with today, unless some momentum already starts to come in and we could play it on some pullbacks. But for right now, it looks a little bit choppy. If I had to rate the chips, I think Nvidia's one, AMD's two, and then SMCI is probably a don't touch for me for today. I think again, unless something crazy happens, Affirm looks interesting. Another really, really good close on Friday. I think you got the next target into 61.62. It is a retest gap from Friday. It's had a couple days of buying, so maybe we do get this retest, which would take us to like 59.20. In fact, let's set an alert on this one. And then let's move Affirm a tad higher as well. But yeah, give me a little pullback. This one does have some room to the higher side. I don't know, 61.75 or somewhere in there. Looks decent. Dana says, hopefully it stays a good day. Thank you so much for sharing. And Dana is in Denver. So yeah, I'm liking this new. Everybody just shouts out where they're from. That's a new development for me. I like it. All right, let's see. SoFi. Let me know if you guys got any other tickers. I think we covered all of them so far that you guys have been pulling up. The reason I'm looking at SoFi is, well, PayPal looks good, Affirm looks good. SoFi, I think you get some decent momentum into this one on occasion. Watch $14.48. Otherwise, still a retest gap. See if this one wants to hold like 14.35 first, and then we'll see if we get that push. Probably eventually into $15.55. But decent open on this one. We'll get this one a tad higher. UAL looked actually really good too. All right, we will see. How is that the morning bell already? That's wild, but that is the morning bell. So everybody in YouTube land, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button if you have not done so already. Other than that, be safe. I think today will be a good day. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes.